Okay, this should be better. For some reason the microphone wasn't picked up by my system. I got it working now, so it should be okay now. Okay, as I was trying to say earlier, today we are gonna try some games on the Amstrad CPC system, going to the end of the day and into the new year in European time, Central European time zone. We'll see how much longer we will go on, but it won't be US New Year yet. We're going to do the Amstrad CPC, a system I don't have much experience with. I was a ZX Spectrum user, as many of you will know by now, and my thoughts upon the Amstrad CPC in those days were always, it's a computer, but it's not my thing. Nowadays I know better. The Amstrad CPC had quite a few things that were actually quite nice, had better graphics options, had some other options that were better, but they were most of the time not used in games because most games were just copies of existing ZX Spectrum games because they were easy to convert. You could only had to do a few things in the graphics output and audio output, and you had a working game more or less. So quite often those games were limited by the Spectrum and not by the Amstrad CPC. Today we'll see what I have. I selected a number of games, and if anyone comes in that happens to be interested in Amstrad CPC computers or knows a bit, or just anyone who wants to see some different games, we can always have a look at other games later on, but we'll start with a number of games now. And let's go to the Amstrad CPC. And I have a slight issue here with audio. Okay, should be better this way. No, I'm still here myself. This should be better. Oh, why am I hearing myself back? Well, not a real problem, I just keep the headset a bit different. Okay, you should see we started the computer already. I'm playing on, as always, on the MiSTer FPGA. It's an Amstrad CPC 6128 that's being emulated. And we'll see what it does. Okay. Okay. Ah, I see what the problem is. There is an error in the output for the MiSTer. For some reason that's set to my video instead of the correct input. Okay, no, still not. My OBS seems a bit confused about audio right now. We'll switch it around and see if we can get it going. This is better. Okay, now I have it correct. My apologies for yet another slowdown. Well, rather at the beginning than towards the end, I guess. Okay, first game we're gonna try. Let's have a look what we have here. I select a number of them. I'm starting with a game that I remember from my youth on the Spectrum. Wasn't good at, but oh well, we'll see what it is like. Not being good at a game has never stopped me from playing, as some of you will know. Amstrad in this case uses a disk system, and as you can see there's a number of files in there, and thankfully the Amstrad has a quite simple way to start games. You can actually choose to not include the extension as long as you know that it's a BAS, a file without an extension, BAS for basic or bin for binary. You can just type only the first part of the name. Let's see what this does. It's not the fastest loading ever, but well, we are talking about older computers. Okay. Let's have a look. Keyboard. Now let's go for the keyboard and direction control, and we'll see what the keys are, because I don't know. But I'm guessing. Okay, top. Okay, and oops, that was a mistake. So we'll have to go back. If I remember correctly in this game, and I have the controls basically set different than I expected, but we'll see. Yeah, room resets if you go out of it. Ah, too slow. As I mentioned, I was never very good at this game. And once again, this is not very successful so far. I will have to go up there to be able to let's try once again. Nope, not fast enough. Let's try another hallway first. Somehow I feel I shouldn't, no, I'm not allowed to go on there. Let's try this exit. That won't work either. Not a good start. Okay, this should be possible. Carefully. Oops. Wow. Not a good start at all. Today's drink is an alcohol-free latte. Don't drink a game. Interesting. Change of the setup for the steering doesn't make a difference in the end. Well, we got through this one. Nope. Doesn't seem like there's any way through here. Unless I'm missing something. Ah, I need to be very close. But not that close. Let's go to a different game, because this is very clearly not my game. Let's go for something completely different. Let's go for a little racing. Also not my game, but hey, who cares? I don't know if you hear any loud noises coming from outside. Officially, we are not allowed fireworks anymore in the Netherlands, but let's just say no one has read that. No, not everyone has read that law. It seems must have been some import from Germany and or Belgium, despite checks at the border. Because every now and then there's some quite loud bangs. Hi, Emander. Happy New Year, although not yet, but thank you. Same to you. How are you today, Emander? Yep, as you can see at the clock at the bottom right corner of the screen. I thought I'd put the clock on today. How are you today, Amanda? And I pushed the wrong key. Ah yeah, I remember now. Lots of cleaning. And people, where are you allowed at? We are only allowed 2 people to visit maximum. And preferably none. Is it a bit loud? Okay, I can if I can find that's the pause key, I can change the volume a bit. Thanks for the warning. Let's see if we can get it better this way. We'll see what happens now. If I remember what the pause key was. Okay, is this better? Hey Leah! Welcome in. How are you doing, Leah? Okay, thank you, Amanda. Thanks for the warning. How's your New Year's Eve going, Amanda and Leah? I know Amanda has been cleaning and has visitors later, but how about you, Leah? Oops. Catching up is one thing, passing is another. I'm going through at least till New Year here, so yeah, at least for about 2.5 hours minimum. Possibly a bit longer even than going into the UK New Year, which is an hour later. Depends a bit on how many viewers I get. Because my usual time is till about midnight here, so a bit longer isn't bad then. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay. That's nice of you. I do hope I don't get the same situation as past Saturday when I got raided twice, including once at the moment I already hit my raid command. Not gonna make it, I have to be in the top 8. Hi Oniva, only if I have to say Oniva. For those who don't know, Oniva is my girlfriend. And let's be honest, hon, you are used to calling me Frodo from before. And yeah, that's Emander, a friend of mine. Yep, that was years ago. Okay. So you're gonna be lurking, I guess. Yeah, I know you a bit by now. I better do after all these years. Oh yeah, I know. I know you have surprises, but some things I do know. Don't tell me I'm actually gonna make it into 8th place here. Ah, come on. I'm sure it isn't broken though, so don't pitch it please. Oh, this round goes a lot better. Into 5th place. As I was mentioning before, the Amstrad often got versions of games that were basically Spectrum games with slight changes. This one has that somewhat, but at least there's a bit more color than the Spectrum version. Sixth, okay, not bad. I can't help but laugh at some of those names. James Hunt, that would be James Hunt, the original driver. Mary Walker was Murray Walker. Derek Werk, I don't know. Stag Blomqvist, I guess. Sterling Moss. I don't know all of the names, but there are quite a few names in there that are slight variations on real drivers' names. Funny. Okay, 2nd race. Desert roads, sharp corners, okay. Well, I call this computer the Amstrad CPC. I should really say Amstrad CPC 6128 because it was the 128K version that we're emulating with this drive. There was also a 464, which was a 64K version with a built-in cassette recorder, tape recorder, and the 664, which was the 64K version but with this drive. This drive in these ones was actually rather special. It was one you wouldn't find in a lot of systems because it was a 3-inch floppy disk. Not 3.5 inch, 3 inch. It was a bit of a weird format that Amstrad chose because they got a good deal on it. They got the drives very cheap, but the discs were extremely expensive back in the day. And there were basically only 2 or 3 suppliers for discs, and the biggest one of them was Amstrad themselves, so they made a lot of extra money on that too. Amstrad, the company started by Lord Sugar, then Alan Sugar, later Sir Alan Sugar. Amstrad being standing for Alan M. Sugar Trading, and I don't remember what the M was in his name. In later years, as I said, Sinclair was the Sinclair Spectrum was the more successful home computer in the UK at the time and in much of Europe. At some point though, Sinclair had some problems financially. He had it a few times, and he was more or less forced to sell the Sinclair computer brand, and did that to Amstrad. So later models of the Sinclair ZX Spectrum, the +2, +2A, and +3 and +2B, by the way, were made by Amstrad and also had internal either cassettes for the +2 and +2A and B models, or disk drive for the +3. And once again, that disk drive was a 3-inch disk drive, just like the one the original Amstrad computers. That sale to Amstrad was not something that many Sinclair fans liked, but well, we didn't have much of a say in it, of course. Looking back now, it was probably the best choice to make, but still, it still bites a bit. I must say, for an 80s racer, this actually looks quite good. Quite playable. Well, not by me, but that's not the game's fault. Oops, still a bit too early. Not gonna make it this round. Oh, we'll see. Guess we're gonna finish in 13th, if not worse. Yeah, let's go straight into the science. End of race. And that means we don't qualify for the next round. Decent game with decent music. Just having a quick listen to the other tunes, what we have there. Not a bad game, and as you can see, it's a two-player game, and I'm 99% sure that in two-player mode, player 2 will play the bottom half of the screen, so you can play actually together on one screen. The player 2 will have to use a joystick though, because the keyboard is not suitable for that. But we go to a new game. Next game, Prince of Persia. I seem to remember originally for the Apple II, but more famous of course on systems like the Amiga and the PC. Waterburn Software, known from a number of games, but yeah, this is one of their most famous ones, of course, still. I have no idea how good the Amstrad version is, though, because it's an 8-bit computer. I know there was also a version for the ZX Spectrum and a version for the Commodore 64, but that was probably similar to this one. Okay, cursor keys. Okay, let's do that with the cursor keys, because that works for me. Let's first try movement, how it works. Okay, it looks good. Oops, too late. I don't remember the map. I used to know this map somewhat at least, but we'll see what we find. Pretty sure I have to go to the left here. Ah, yes. You don't want to fall down there. First of all, you fall far, but also those spikes seem rather unhealthy. No. For its time, this was quite impressive. Movement is relatively fluid, and I must say it plays pretty well. Is this? Yeah. I seem to remember there was some secret opening here somewhere. There we go, and now I have to Okay. Let's see where we go. Is this back to where we were, or is this a new section? What key is it for this? No. Ah, shift. Okay. Let's regain some health there by drinking a bottle. No, not right now, because I don't have a weapon yet. Where do I find a weapon? That was stupid because I didn't need any help. Now. No. I'm gonna try, but... Nope, missed. Bummer. Okay, so that was not what I needed to do. So we try again. We start again. Let me just make double sure that there's nothing up here that I should remember. No. This is the way you go down correctly. Let's check what's on this side. There is a fighter again. We don't want that right now. Hi, Teal. Good afternoon for you, I guess. Let's first go on this upside. How are you doing? Oh, nice. Yeah, you only had a half day today, yeah? It's not too bad. How did work go? Oh, in what way? No, other way around. In what way interesting, Teal? Oh, by the way, Teal, sure you read the description, but just in case, this is I'm playing this on the Amstrad CPC computer, well, on my MiSTer, but okay. Yeah, well, it's on the MiSTer as I said, but it's the Amstrad CPC, a microcomputer also from the 80s. Yeah, but I think, let's see if I can make that jump from here. I should be able to. Yes. And now I can get to my sword. And that was what I was looking for. I don't know if you know this game, Teal. It's Prince of Persia, in this case on the Amstrad CPC, but it was also available on a number of other computers, including the PC. Oops. That wasn't smart. And that's the disadvantage of this game. If you die in a level, you start again. Yeah, Prince of Persia. Game originally on the Apple II, as I seem to remember. I didn't check fully. But yeah, out of a number of computers. Must say, for an 8-bit version, this is pretty good. The graphics look quite reasonable, colorful, more so than a Spectrum, of course. But yeah, the CPC had a few advantages when it came to graphics. Oh, that was not what I want to do. I wonder what's down here, if I can do anything useful. Okay. Can at least get health, but I'm not going down there because there's spikes down there. This way around then. Yeah, this computer basically, in a lot of ways, was very similar to the ZX Spectrum. Same CPU, the similar speed. But there were also a few interesting differences. And that's a bit too far. As you can see, the graphics look a bit better than the Spectrum. Resolution is probably similar, but in this one you can actually have multiple colors in the same character space. I wonder what's down here. I'm not sure. Oops, need to move a bit closer. If I can, no. That's the way. Okay. I can go down here. And I better jump over there because there are spikes. Ah, nothing here of interest. Oh, well, we know now. So we go back up. Because we really don't want to go to the left because there's spikes there again. Ah, mistake. I have to go up here. Yeah. No, there wasn't anything up there on the left, I think. But we'll see that in a bit. A slight itch. Why do I go up here if I have to go there? Oops. Bit too long a jump there. And then we start again, because this is an old game. We don't have save points. The only save point you get is when you finish a level. Yeah, he jumped rather far, eh? I didn't expect him to be able to jump that far. And not just do we have to start again, but our time is down, because we started with 60 minutes. We lost 9 minutes already in blundering around. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite different from what we're used to nowadays with all the save states and everything, eh? Heck, even when I play Euro Truck Simulator, I use save states just in case I go a bit too quick in some places. Exactly. Not in these games. And we fall. I'm already happy that we don't have a 3 life system, because, well, we do have it to some degree, but not as most games. Quite a few of these games would have 3 lives. Third life, okay, just start all over again. Here you only have an energy kind of system. He really makes long jumps. Come on. Trying to go too fast now. Notice? A little graphics failure there. There it's gone. That's the problem. At some point you're starting to learn the map and then you want to go through it quickly because you have time limit, of course, and then you start making stupid mistakes. Hey, Adam fucking play. Adam. Good evening. I'm not sure which time zone you're in, so... That's better. What we're playing here today, Adam, is various Amstrad CPC games. I am, as you may have noticed, a retro gamer. But I'm not a specialist on the Amstrad, but it's an interesting system that I want to try for a change. Okay. There's something up here. There we go. Okay, are you an hour ahead of me then, Adam? I'm doing fine. How are you? By the way, my current time is visible in the bottom right corner at the moment. Not again? Ah, got lucky. But where are you at, Adam? Because I don't remember. I used to have a memory and then I turned 52, you know? So it's almost New Year for you. Ah, South Africa. That's it, yeah. I know I knew where you were, but as I said, no memory. Yeah, let's hope next year's better, eh? Because it can't get much worse than it was so far. We hope at least. Wow, we actually made it through this time. So how are you doing, Adam? Having a good evening? It will at some point, Teal, but it will take a while, I'm afraid. We first need the vaccines to be readily available to everyone. Eh? August, okay. Am I very wrong if I guess that you want to go somewhere in the southern hemisphere? Yeah, that's what I thought. I have no idea why I thought that. Sometimes I have those weird ideas. Oops. At least we started the second level again. Oh, come on. Okay, you have a good New Year's. And it was nice of you to drop by, Adam. Be careful if you start going around with any fireworks or anything. And hope to see you soon, mate. Okay. Can we jump up there somehow? Not this way, of course. No. Okay. Yeah. A lot of plans had to change, I know, Til. Ah, that's where I have to go. So now the plan is for next year, August. I hope it will be possible. Ah, you had made a plan in September to come next year, August, and then it started to be okay. Can we do it or not? That wasn't smart. But I got lucky there. Do I have to go through here then anyway? Guess so. August is at least far enough away that there are chances that it will be okay, yeah? No, that wasn't smart. But looks like I still live, but I got to... Or not. Nope, lost my life. Yeah, I hope you can go, because I know you want to go there. And I can't say I blame you. Which of the islands is Cat on? North or South Island? No. I won't be asking for more details on that, by the way. Okay. Nah, I mean, I don't want to know where exactly she lives. Just the island is already more info than most people would want to give. Maybe, I don't know. I'll give this one more try. That's what I meant, yeah. I guess I was a bit unclear on what exactly I meant with that, but... Okay. No, I won't be. we'll go try a different game. Nah, I'm nosy, but not that nosy, Teal. Ah yes, washing masks, eh? Important thing these days. Enjoy your lunch, and well, hopefully see you later, and otherwise, if I don't, Happy New Year already. And it was nice of you to come by. I always enjoy your visits, as you know. Hey Curtis, yeah, if you look at the bottom right corner, you will see that it's just over an hour away from me. How are you doing, Curtis? Okay, running around. Last minute grocery shopping inside, or? Yeah. Yeah. All those things we have to do at times, eh? But you're okay further, or any plans for tonight, for New Year's Eve, or for tomorrow? Yeah, I know that problem too. Okay, any big bugs yet, or is it not too bad? Oops, got hit. Oh, got. Yeah, well, that's always a problem. We all want to run everything, even though we can't. Don't know how much you know about Amstrad CPC computers, Curtis. Have you ever used one, or? Yeah, they were a bit of an also one in Europe, especially in the UK, of course, but behind the Spectrum, which was, well, the big seller, also because of its price, of course. But if you look at it, it's actually quite a nice machine for the day. As you can see, it doesn't have the problems that the Spectrum has with graphics limitations. But a lot of the games that were made for it were basically just conversions of the Spectrum versions, in which they only upgraded the display routines, and even then only basically so they just, well, so that they worked. Well, as you can see, this one can actually do multiple colors and everything. Yeah, Z80, 3.5 megahertz. Z80, this, what I'm emulating here, hardware emulating, but okay, emulating still, is the Amstrad CPC 6128, which was a 128K machine with built-in disk drive. There was also an Amstrad CPC 664, sorry, which was the same machine but with 64K RAM. And then you had the 464, which was a 64K machine but with built-in floppy instead of, or built-in cassette instead of floppy. From what I understand, they sold better than the Dragons, yeah, but they of course had the advantage of having the Amstrad name behind it. I don't know if you know what you know about Amstrad, but it always been a pretty interesting technology company. Not so much a lot of inventions, but they somehow Mr. Sugar, now Sir Sugar, Lord Sugar, and before that Sir Alan Sugar, always found the right product at the right time and at a good price. Of course, just like Sinclair, he cut corners. As I said, the 6128 and the 664 had a built-in floppy drive, but Mr. Sugar wanted it cheap, and he got a deal with, I'm not quite sure which company it was now, but he didn't go for what would become the standard 3.5 inch. He also didn't go for the 5.25 inch. No, he went for a 3-inch floppy. A format that you will find in very limited number of computers for a reason, because it, well, the 3.5 inch had more capacity, was quicker. But yeah, 3-inch was cheap to drive, but it meant that floppies for it were relatively expensive. I remember back in the day, yeah, we wish. They were 180K per side in the Amstrad computers. And floppies in those days came to 80 guilders for the 5, which in, yeah, for the track, which in current money, if you go for a 1-to-1 conversion, would be about 40 euros, but given that we're talking beginning mid-80s, it comes down to about, well, probably about 60 to 70 euros for 5 floppy disks. Wasn't exactly cheap. The 5.25 inch was of course a lot cheaper by then. That was about, I guess about $20 for the 10 or something like that. So 10 to 15 to $20, so a lot better. Yeah, okay, those are even worse. The advantage for Amstrad was also that most of there were some other suppliers, but most of the floppies sold were sold under the Amstrad label, or rather Amsoft label. Because even if you got a commercial game, and I'll try this by the way one more time, a commercial game, often you would find that there was a label under the label of the maker that said Amsoft. So they not only had a cheap drive, they also made a lot of money on the floppies themselves. Now, the company Amstrad, Amstrad stands for L&M Sugar Trading, and I don't remember what the M stands for. I should have looked it up before, but I forgot. In later days, when Clive Sinclair was more or less forced to sell off his Sinclair company, he sold it to Amstrad. So that's why you will find in the Spectrum Plus 3, you will find the same floppy disk as in floppy drive as in the Amstrad CPCs. And also the Plus 2 and the Plus 2 A and B that Amstrad brought out also had a built-in cassette deck. Just fly straight into a bullet, of course, why not? The CPC computers were also sold by one different company. From Germany, you had Schneider. Sold the Amstrad CPC under its own name with a bit different ROM, and there was a bit of a different hardware, but basically nearly exactly the same. Although the keyboard looks quite different, because the Amstrad has a bit of an interesting color scheme on the keyboard. With some green in there, while the black and green and such, and some red, while the Schneider had a bit more professional looking grey and black thingy. And that was the one I used to play at a friend's, because he had one of those. He had a 464, so cassette drive internal, but he had an external floppy later on. But yeah, for its day it was quite an interesting computer. Just one that at that time I felt, I was a Sinclair user, so to me it was, well, yeah, sure, Amstrad, nice, why would I want one of those? Nowadays, I must say, yeah, it's a very interesting machine, but a lot of the games you will find on here will be just plain conversions, one-on-one conversions from the Amstrad, from the Spectrum, I mean. And there were some people that developed directly on the Amstrad, and well, this is clearly not the Spectrum version that you're seeing here. This is a separate conversion of the arcade game. Bummer. I trust my keyboard isn't too loud there, because I have a mechanical keyboard and I sometimes worry that it might be too loud playing. Okay. But I think my microphone is directional enough that it doesn't give a real problem. Okay, yeah, I had to turn down the game sound earlier. I can turn it up a bit because it was a bit too loud earlier, but we'll see if I turn it up a bit. Amstrad okay. I just got a message from someone wishing me a Happy New Year already, an hour early. Amstrad must say the BASIC had a few advances. Consumer electronic, Amstrad of locomotive software made the BASIC for them. But they had the interesting thing that you didn't have to use extension. It would just look for first without an extension if you gave a name. If not found, then it would find for .bus for BASIC. If not that, then it would look for bin. So one can be nice and lazy. Actually, I could have done run even in one go. Okay, up, down, left, right, fire. Always nice when they allow you to redefine keys. That's something you see a lot less on the Coco, for instance, I think. They moved it to disk, but still tell you to stop the tape. Okay. I've never played this, so we'll see what it's like. Huh. Nothing to fire with, okay. Can I... Maybe if I aimed. Okay, now I have to think myself what I was saying. Jeez. Oh yeah. Now I said, unlike the Coco, you don't see that often that they have redefinable keys for control, I think. Eh? On the Spectrum and also on the Amstrad, you see that quite often that you can redefine which keys to use for your control. Now the Amstrad is a bit less likely because the Amstrad had from the start a built-in joystick ports, actually 2 of them, which the Spectrum didn't have from the start. Oops. Let's not jump into the opponents. Yeah, it seems to be more a European thing, probably because we were more used to home computers often without a joystick. Oops. I don't have bullets anymore. The Spectrum had less keys. The Spectrum, as you can see up there, had, is it 40? No, 41 keys. Oh, come on. Nope, not gonna make that. If you have a moment, I can actually show you. Well, actually, you can. Yeah, you can. I will take it off for a moment. It's easier than taking my Spectrum itself. I'll just switch to. If you look, these were all the keys on the Spectrum. The other way around is easier. So it's really a QWERTY plus the numbers and a space, even not even at the bottom, but at the right corner. And I guess I didn't dust up there. It's rubber keys on a what do you call that? Basically 2 layers of plastic with bubbles in them, but rubber keys. But yeah, the MC10 has a similar kind of keyboard, but I think they have hard keys, eh? Yeah. Yeah, the keys are a bit smaller on the MC10, that's correct. I can do a continue, okay. Well, doesn't bring me much because I started at the beginning of the level. Yep. Yeah, I shared that picture of the MC10 and Alice that were at the Home Computer Museum here in Helmond, so that's where I saw it for the first time. I must say the Alice looks rather cute in red. the... I honestly don't know for sure. I didn't think they had. I think it's mostly other, but I would have to look it up because I don't know for sure. No, I can't make that jump. Huh? Oh. No. Can I not go down there? Do I have to go that the other way? Okay. I'm not even gonna try that because I'm never gonna make that. Oops. Ah, come on. Ah, I should have jumped a bit earlier. Oh well. It's actually a cute game. Oops. Should have. Okay, how do I get to those keys? Or do I need to use an opponent to get to those keys? No double jump. No pixel perfect jump, it seems, or is there? No. I have no idea how to get to that key, but I probably will have to get to the next level. Or maybe not, we'll see. Ah, can't go back. That's mean. I don't have bullets. Am I allowed to land on top of him? Nope. I seem to remember they did have a bit of a sprite system. Not too unlike the Spectrum. I'm just having a quick look. I saw something weird on my screen, but it was nothing. Okay. Okay, we go for a different game. Okay. This game I had on my Spectrum. And I think there's also a PC version of this one, Trailblazer. Okay. Yeah, the Spectrum also had nothing of the kind. Sprite was purely software too. Yeah, well, Tandy wasn't the only one. All the companies did it. We just got luckier with some computers than with others. Okay, we'll see what keys or joystick we can use. Probably joystick. Yeah. Yeah, I think it has 8192 or whatever. No, what is that? Is it 8192? The same that the Spectrum Plus 3 also. Hey Rob! Well, nice to see you, Rob. How are you doing? Oh, come on. As you see, I'm not doing well at this, but... Of those, the only one that has talked so far is Curtis. And Commander Root, I think, might be a bot. Because I see that name on a lot. Oh, always nice, yeah. Someone else is supposed to do it and you have to pick up at the last moment. Oops. Thankfully, I never claimed that I was good at any games. Welcome back, Teal. How was lunch? Oops. Hey, Buck. Work lurkers today, I see. Okay. How are you doing, Buck? Apart from having to work, which is always a shame, of course. Ah, that's a bummer. This is one of those games where you really only make it further once you know the levels in and out, inside out. There was a time when I at least knew some of the levels, but that's years ago. Huh, okay, I got through it seems. Ah, started again on the same. Oh well. Yeah, the dragon also was somewhat limited in its color options, of course. As to ordering from Amazon, I think Rob wanted to order everything in one place so we would have everything working nicely together. Oops, wrong way. What do you want to connect to it, Rob? Come on. Oh, by the way, Rob, you missed an interesting game earlier. I did Prince of Persia on the Amstrad. Actually, quite good version for an 8-bit system. If you just go for HDMI, then I wouldn't worry too much, because I use USB connected joypads, and I must say the timing is well, nigh on perfect. All the errors you see are mine, not the hardware. Here I can set it to a different one, I guess. QWPL. Okay, interesting keys. Okay, arcade version, let's see. Not that many somehow make it through the other versions, so might as well try it. But if you just connect to HDMI, then don't worry too much. I would just go for the default one. Technically you don't even need the extension card. I would just, you really only need memory and USB ports, but it's just useful to have it on there also for the buttons. Oops. Yeah, the HDMI is on the... I'm going for a different game because... Why is my... Interesting. I have to reset because my I could have probably done with the joystick, but it wouldn't react to my function key. Because I have the digital board in there. To be honest, do I use it? No, because the only thing is that I will at one point put an extra SD card in there. Because there are a few cores that use that already and some will in the future too. But apart from that, I basically don't need it really. As long as you make sure that you have your memory module, as large as you can afford, and your USB hub, then you are mostly there actually. Yeah, it depends on what you want to do, but if you only use HDMI, then actually I said digital, I have the analog here because I also have video, but I don't use it. Okay, if you want the level code, very nice, but we'll just start at level 0 or level 1. V Infinity? No. Even with infinite lives I would stink probably. Nice little tune. Level easy sounds good to me. Let's see, which keys do they use? Cursor keys, okay. Cursor keys and space, okay. Ah, it's this game, okay, I know what it is. Basically collect everything. And at the start it's easy enough, but later on you will get collapsing platforms and ramps that will force you into a certain direction automatically and such things. And of course you shouldn't go off on the wrong side. Let's do that again. Hopefully better though. Let's get this out of the way so I can't make the same mistake again. Ah. Let's see. Okay. You really don't want to jump into that thing up there. And you don't want to do that kind of stupid thing. So Buck or Rob, do you have any experience with Amstrad computers? Duh. None, okay. As I said earlier to others, back in the day I wasn't a big fan of the Amstrad computer because, well, I was a Spectrum guy, you know. And we really didn't want to hear that there were other computers that were better than what we used. But now, looking at it, the CPC computers had their advantages. Okay, what do we have here? Not allowed to land on that platform. Okay. Ah. time. How do you do that without getting into that thing there up there? Because yeah, I go too high there. How do you do that? Interesting puzzle. But I'm also not allowed to land on that one. That was interesting. Let's try another level first. Okay, I'm not allowed to hit anything from the bottom, that's clear. I'll leave that other one for a bit later, because I want to go on. Okay, what do we have here? The green platforms probably will disappear after a number of jumps, from what I see. Guess the very first one will disappear after the first landing on it, yeah. And that was wrong. Interesting game. Puzzler with a bit of a timing situation. We'll visit this again in the future. Just not right now. And Buck, do you have experience with any Amstrad computers? Nope. Given all the French crashes, one would almost think that Amstrad computers sold pretty well and pretty good in France. Which, from what I understand, they did.
Robocop.
But it still surprises me. Huh. Okay, do you have the floppies for the 6128?
Serve the public trust.
If only I was bad at arcade games. Oops, no bullets. Okay, I have a GoTech in my +3 too, but I do have a few floppies. And there's actually something interesting. I mentioned that earlier to someone. Since I mentioned to Curtis actually, since Amstrad was one of the few suppliers that actually used the 3/8 floppy. Most of the floppies you'll find, even on commercial games, are Amsoft floppies with a new label put over it. Oops. Okay. Did I ever mention that I'm not good at arcade games? So yeah, the GoTech is great for stuff like this. I'm not put you guys through watching this again, but I do like the fact that this once again is a game that was clearly not a straight conversion from the Spectrum, but they actually did its own conversion for the Amstrad, which was not always the case. Let's have a look at Boulder Dash, one of my favorite games. What time do we have now? Yeah. Once again, French. Oh, but is that the keyboard? Okay. That always reminds me of my sister when we were, well, must have been I was in my early 20s. Yeah, the Azerty keyboard on the Amstrad in Basic and such was done on a software level, not on a hardware level. So yeah, most games will go purely by the press, keyboard presses, not by position. I mean, yeah. Oh, what was I saying? Oh yeah, my sister at some point did an accounting course. Which keys do they use? Okay, this is not a keyboard. Looks like it's in demo mode. That's not what we wanted. This is. I thought I said I was gonna play, but. This is not me doing, I'm not that quick at the game. We just use the joystick instead. Now my sister did an accounting course and she wanted to do some stuff on my PC to practice a bit. Okay, not a problem. And she kept searching for keys. And then suddenly I asked her, where are you taking this course? Turned out she was taking it just across the border in Belgium, where of course they also use an Azerty keyboard. No wonder she was looking for the keys, because she was not exactly a touch typist. Yeah, although there is a big difference with the Spectrum version. Don't know if you ever played the Spectrum version, Buck, because the Spectrum version has a very irritating scrolling. If you walk this, you will walk out of the picture, so your character is further than the scroll is. And that's something that this version thankfully doesn't have. So once again, they did a separate conversion, thankfully. I still enjoy the Spectrum version, but this version is a bit better actually. There was nothing on the right, just the one on the left, and we will pick that up quickly while we're at it. I'm not sure I played the ColecoVision version. I would have to check that at some point. I will at some point actually go for one of the consoles instead of one of the home computers, but I've never really been a console user, so... That was stupid. So till what time do you have to work, Buck? Long or are you almost done? Hi Adam, Happy New Year! Yeah, it's 2021 for you. I still have just over 14 minutes to go. Yep. Almost past this year. Quiet day, I'm guessing, Buck, eh? Yeah, I can go through there in a bit. Not if I die this way. Yeah, this wasn't the best year ever, eh, Adam? We can only hope for better for next year. I try not to think of being an adult, you know? Because then I suddenly feel old inside. Welcome back, Emander. Can I get... Oh, yeah, I can. Well, one becomes it automatically. But what age are you, Adam, if I may ask? Okay, 13. Yeah, well, as long as one grows older, one at some point will become adult, but as Emander already says, sometimes one's 25 physically, but mentally 14. And of course, being male means the difference is even bigger. That was a mistake. Yeah, Emander, I know. Bills, huh? Bills and stress about other things. It also has its advantages, Adam. Unless you get married, you don't have to ask anyone's permission to stay up late. That was a mistake. Yeah, well, what do you expect, Emander? He's male. We males don't listen well, you know that. Yeah, I always forget that trick, Buck. It's too long ago since I played this. That was also a mistake, but I may still get it okay if I do this. Yes. Yeah, I know. This one is irritating. The timing is everything. And I missed. And I think the exit is at the bottom right. Yeah. Yeah, Emmanuel is giving good advice there. Marriage can be wonderful. I haven't been married, but some of my friends have, of course. And as long as you get the right person, it can be wonderful. But oh boy, what was the trick with this one again? Not standing there, of course. Duh. Wrong. Last life. And actually almost midnight, so we will have a short break at that time. Yeah, okay. Come on. I'm switching to me because I'm preparing something a bit different for midnight. Because, as you know, it will be New Year's here in the New Year in the moment here. So, anyone any plans for tonight? Drinking, going eating, or I think Amanda was receiving visitors. I think she said. Yeah, Rob. Sometimes plans change. In the meantime, I'm doing a little bit in the background. We got 1.5 minutes. Welcome back, Teal. Let's hope I make this in time. I'm glad to, Emander. Almost. Half a minute still. And it's New Year. And this is not the right one because it didn't load, damn it. Thanks, Teal. And this is what we wanted to see. But of course, New Year we have to have fireworks. Officially it's not allowed in the Netherlands, but it's very busy at the moment. The colors here in the Netherlands are also red, white and blue. That's why I went for that. I know it's also American colors, but the Netherlands has it too. I hope no one has any problems with flashing pictures. And we do a Happy New Year. So yeah, for most of you guys it's still 6 to 9 hours, of course, but it's interesting. We have, as of this year, we are no longer allowed fireworks, but I hear more fireworks now than I heard in the past years. But yeah, this was a short intermezzo and we will go back to our regular program. Yeah, well, the problem is that here in the Netherlands we had some issues in the past years with fireworks leading to fires and also to fights with people. And yeah, they decided that was no longer the plan. But yeah, I hear a lot of fireworks here. While this is loading, I'm gonna be AFK for probably about half a minute to a minute because I need to arrange something. I'll be right back if I can find my right screen here, this one. Okay, I'm back. We have in the Netherlands, of course, certain traditional foods and snacks. And Thiel, for instance, knows very well about our kruidnoten, which he probably knows as spicy nuts. We also have something for New Year's Eve, New Year, called oliebollen, literally translated as grease balls. And it's the English would probably call it a variation on their donut, but not the American. It's a dough ball, warm of course, and I'll take a few bites of this one. With of course sugar, cause we want sweet. In this case, I buy them. You can make them yourself. You just need some oil, of course, to bake them in. But they are usually only available around New Year's Eve. Although this year they were relatively early, because I could already get some towards somewhere in October. But we usually, most people buy them actually. They are available at the market. In this case, and also at the supermarket. Oliebollen. I will type the name in here. And it's basically a ball made of dough that goes in, usually deep fried in the oil. In this case, I heated in the microwave because I wasn't gonna. I don't actually have a deep fryer here. I only have an air fryer these days. But yeah, it's traditional. You can get them through the year at fairs, etc. I'm getting all kinds of New Year's wishes now, of course, but I'll react to them. No, they're usually just a dough, or you can get them a version with currants in them. There are also variations on them with apple in there, but usually it's just a dough or with currants. Oh, that's a shame, Amanda, but I'm glad you were here. And, oh, I already wish you a happy New Year, but I will do it again later, of course, when it's New Year for you too. You enjoy your evening with, I think it's friend or family visiting, and see you tomorrow sometime probably. Wait, no. Just start at level 1. Okay, well, most of you will know the game Lemmings, but it's not often that we play it on 8-bit systems, of course. I have played the Spectrum version before, and I know there's also a C64 version. At least I seem to remember that, Rob. Oh boy. Well, I speak, of course, Dutch. I speak Maastricht, which is the local language in the city I was born in. I speak English and write and read that too. I understand and read German perfectly, speak it at the conversational level, and write it even worse. And then I do read a bit of French, but within certain limits. And if I really want to, I can write it a bit, but then I really have to think very long, and it's not good French, but enough that people will understand it. But my main French sentence is Mon français est très mal, parlez-vous anglais? And then I hope that they understand what I'm saying. But and apart from that, well, there are languages where I understand some words. If someone is, for instance, writing in Danish, I can make out most of it, not all, but I can make out enough that I usually can follow what they're talking about at least. But that's, well, it's more or less standard in the Netherlands to understand and speak and read at least some languages, because, well, small country with a language that's only spoken in a limited part of the world, of course. So we tend to, okay, we tend to learn a number of languages. English we get, well, nowadays actually they get it for at least 5 or 6 years, starting at age 10. French is at least 3 years and German at least 2 years. And for me, German I learned mostly because when I was in Maastricht, we didn't have a lot of Dutch children's TV, but at least that was only on Wednesdays and Saturday afternoons. While in Germany, German television had children's TV every day in the afternoon. So I heard a lot of German-speaking characters. Yeah, as I said, it's normal for us. I'm not saying everyone can, and actually languages are not my strong point, but I can get along in a number of languages. As I said, German I learned basically because, well, to me a lot of the characters on TV were German speaking. Even Bonanza, for instance, we got in German back in the day. Was interesting. Yeah, I was just going to say, Curtis, you must have been forced to learn some French, because that is standard in Canada, of course, in the Great White North. Let's see what Lemmings is like on the CPC. Welcome back, Buck. My Spanish consists of dos cerveza, por favor. And I hope I said that correctly. Which is similar to what Rob knows. And I wouldn't know how to find the bathroom. I would probably find it, but not by speaking Spanish. Let's see, how does this one work? Okay, we scroll this way. I set those cursor keys. How do I select? Let me guess. Number keys? Yes. Bano, okay. Banjo, okay. Banjo. In French, there's a few sentences I do know, of course. One very important one. La distance, s'il vous plaît. Wow, there's a lot of fireworks going off here now. I don't know if you can hear the fireworks in the background. Okay, pause with the T. Whoa. Okay, this is gonna sound like a brag, but I can't help it. I used to play trivia games online in a telnet based client, and I was one of 3 Europeans that played that regularly. I was Dutch, there was one English person, and a lady from Greece, and the rest were all Americans or Canadians. And some of them felt really embarrassed when someone did a trivia quiz on Florida and people from Florida and things from Florida. Because in the end, the person from Greece came in third place with about 13,000 points. Number 2 was a Canadian with about 18,000 points, and I won by 22,000 points. The best American had less than 10,000 points. They were a bit embarrassed at that time, so I know what you mean, Rob, but believe me, it can be just as bad over here. It just happens that I've always been a trivia fan. And that sounded way too much like a brag, and it wasn't meant that way, but it was just a bit of a memory I have. Well, I'm pretty sure you will hear those fireworks here, I think, eh? Yep, that's the fireworks. I live in an apartment building. I live on the 2nd floor, and just behind my apartment there is a bicycle lane that goes under the mall I live next to, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, they are setting off fireworks in that tunnel, in that bicycle tunnel. So that's why it's so damn loud at the moment. Sorry about that. I can't really help that. Oh boy, how was this one again? 3, 4. Yeah, that does help, I guess, sort of. Eh? No, it's probably some teens shooting on fireworks. Oh well. Thankfully, I must say, the past years it was usually they started already around Christmas. This year, the first ones I heard were last night, so I was at least able to sleep most of the nights. Oops, let's not do that. I must have hit something, but I don't know what, because... I lost control of the cursor for some reason. Ah, I know what happened. Oops. I have a... How did they do that? I have my fight stick under the desk and I must have touched it by accident. Well, let's reset and start this again. Actually, no, let's go for a different game. It looked pretty good actually, surprisingly so. It worked better than I expected. Ah yeah, this is something you will sometimes see on Amstrad when they do a directory index in such a way that you basically see an instruction of what to do to start it. Ah yes, a generator. Yeah, I remember that story. The day you got the generator, the power came back, or something like that, huh? I remember reading about that. Yeah, something like that. I remember reading that. Ah, can't you? Okay, I will have to do that again because I can't use the P, which is probably set up for pause then. Up, down, left, right, fire 1, fire 2. Okay, and what do I do to go back? Oh, just wait. Okay, 1 player, start game. Easy, because I'm not a good player, as you know. At least not at many games. I have no idea what this is. The legend tells, every 1,000 years a pair of twins bearing the birthmark of a butterfly are being born. Special powers, join their forces. Yeah, I was talking about that with Curtis earlier, Buck. He mentioned that while on the Coco it's also not really standard. You will see the lot on the Dragon, which is very similar, but yeah, it's a very European thing. We use the findable keys. It works so much nicer. Difficult task of raising the twins as virtuous and caring beings who know how to use their supernatural power. Bring back peace. Now it was once again the time for these twins to return to the world. Oh boy. The whole backstory. The evil sorcerer Kogon was already planning. Okay, someone can't write the word planning. To seize the children and to divert them to follow his will. Yeah, of course. Up to now, the parents of the two have been able to protect them from this dark desire. But the times have become hard and they went to town to buy food and supplies for the children, leaving behind the twins and their oldest son Bart. They knew that he was a careful babysitter and would keep an eye over the twins, so they left reassured. Oh boy, you feel it coming, eh? Yeah, evil forces waiting. Of course. Yeah. Of course, Bart goes along, yeah. Well, we'll see what the game is, but evil forces are at work, it seems. I have no idea what this game is about. Oh, okay. Let me guess, they say disc 1, they probably mean disc 2? Yeah. Well, disc 2. It was probably disc 0 and disc 1. But yeah, I agree, Buck. Use the findable keys are the way to go, because especially on systems like the Commodore, if you go there, the keys that they use often there are so abominable. Okay. I thought I already lost a life there, but looks like I can survive a few hits in this one. Or at least one. Oops. One. What's that? A Break Street manual online. Whoa, that's a lot of money for a manual. I didn't see that because I was actually in bed for a change. What was that time? Let me think. Okay. Oops, that was stupid. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that that was 4 a.m. for me. I wasn't awake then. Let me see, how can I, if I do this? Oh well, bit of damage, but I still got through. Yeah, I wasn't awake then. Or did I do it at? I was in bed, yeah, because I got to bed by about 1 my time. Oh yeah, of course, I was moderating for my friend Gwen last night for her very last Twitch Sync stream. Because Twitch Sync is gone as of tomorrow sometime. And it was a rather tiring job yesterday, because we were all rather down about it. Too, I understand, for the remote. While I am often awake at weird times, Rob, I'm not always awake. Oops. Multiple hits, okay. There's an interesting variation on, of course, a very well-known game. How did your stream go, by the way, Rob? Because we didn't speak afterwards. Ah, mistake. Oh boy, home videos. Okay, I'll check that then later. I'm not quite sure which video I'm gonna upload tomorrow. Might be this one or something else. Probably this one actually. I didn't upload last week Thursdays because that turned into a long stream. I'll make sure I check it, Rob. I'm sure they're better. Oh, they're still. I didn't realize there was still an opponent there. It's so static there. They're almost certainly better than my moves. Hey, Bark! Bark-bit. Since you're now watching a Dutch stream, Happy New Year, because it's already New Year here since half an hour. How you doing, Bark-bit? Thank you, mate. Oops, one is enough. And that was wrong. Yeah, we were just getting a lot of fireworks around here, even though they are officially illegal now in the Netherlands. Okay, I'm not allowed to touch that, okay. Oh, wow. Good luck. Trying to think, where are you at again, Bark-bit? North Sweden, that was it, yeah. Yeah. I know the city name, I can't pronounce it. Not even gonna try it. Yeah, it looks a bit like it, eh? But the rules are also a bit different, because I'm actually allowed, I can take a number of hits, it seems. Ah, mistake. Now I want to open up the way to the left so I can basically get the alien stuck on one line. Ah, too far away. Ah, too fast. Actually, I can do it here too. Wrong. It's a different version, I guess. I don't think you have any experience with Amstrad CPC either, Barbie, do you? Yeah, in my youth I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I have to admit it's a lot better than I gave it credit for back in the day. Too close. Last life it looks like. But yeah, it works quite well, eh? Keep hitting the P because I'm so used to using QAOP. Oh, it shoots at me. That wasn't the plan. Yeah, it's not the fastest game ever, but even so, the movement of the character is fast enough. I've never seen this before, but I actually do like it. Oh yeah, I forgot that it can also fire at me. It is pretty impressive. Okay, this is my last life. Oh, it goes, of course, it goes down there now. Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised by this one. Ah. Jeez, how many times does it have to explode? One more at least. Yeah, the only thing irritating, but that's probably something that wouldn't happen on the real machine, is a bit of a flashing on the left side there. I don't know if you guys see that, but... Oops, mistake. That's game over, but... Yeah, this was a nice surprise. Multi-disc, it actually is 4 discs, so... I had never heard of this game. Okay, that basically took me to the discs I had prepared. Oh no, I didn't try this one yet. Ah, and at least they don't make the mistake that so many games make. Think that they are an arcade machine or a console and not use the keyboard for entering your name. It was a 2-player game, I guess, then. Don't even realize, but that's okay. Okay, there's an error here, but if that's the worst thing... So how is it to your place, Barkbit? Do you also have all the fireworks going off illegally? It's not too bad at the moment, but earlier you guys could hear all of it from here because it was very loud. Since I live just next to a bicycle tunnel, and it was clear that some were going at it in the tunnel. Fireworks have never been my thing. Yes, they're nice to look at, but you know. Okay. Nice tune. Houston Consultants, even though it only says Houston. Was it still Houston Consultants? Or was it already? No, it was still Houston Consultants then. Okay, level 1. No idea what this is. Okay. So I fly and I have a fire. Okay. No, can't shoot that. Okay. Probably shouldn't touch it. This I can shoot. Okay, collect them. Exactly, well, it's just kind of funny to think back, because when we were their age we probably thought, oh, those old people. Huh? In there somewhere. By not hitting that, I guess. Yeah. And that's the only reason why I don't say anything when kids do it, but yeah, it's It used to be that I thought it was fun, to some degree at least, but now no. As you can see once again in this game, the CPC does not have the color clash, etc. from the Spectrum, which makes it all the more a shame how often CPC games were just plain conversions of the Spectrum version. Well, I love my Spectrum, and I have to admit that some of the things in this system are more interesting and better. Or at the very least different. Looking at this, I feel it has basically the brightness of graphics from the Spectrum, but then combined with the convenience of multiple colors that... oh, can I do something with that? With the convenience of a C64 in that you have color differences. Okay, I guess I'm confused now. Yeah, am I playing? Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised with all the system. Yeah, now, okay, the Spectrum also did parallax, huh? We had parallax on the Spectrum too, but yeah, still. What do we have? What I'm gonna do? Oh, this is a compilation. I want to see what they have in demos. Because of course we know demos, especially from the C64, although there's also some Spectrum scene in the... So let's see, crack intros. Okay, let's have a look at this, what this is. Just for fun. See if it uses... looks like only a pixel, but we'll see. Okay, so far nothing special. Okay, that was nothing. I wouldn't call it a demo, I would call that a screenshot. Amiga Demo4. I want to see what the system can do, if it can do something really nice. Okay. Since Amiga Demo, I wonder if it's the bouncing ball. Seems to be loading, I hope at least. We got a color screen. Okay. Okay, decent sound. Something else than I expected, but Yeah, this is something you won't see at the Spectrum in this way. There are some interesting Spectrum demos, but these color gradients, no. Hard to read, but yeah, and because the speed it okay. There we go, the fangs too. Well, at least it's a real demo and it works pretty well. Do we get anything else? Doesn't look like it, but we'll have a look. I don't know, by the way, if you hear it, but I heard a clear stereo. I heard separate sound at first only on the left, and then also stuff on the right. So I never realized that C64 had stereo sound actually. The CPCs. Oh boy, the greetings. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else we have. Yeah. Interesting. I didn't even realize that was the case on CPC. I never really looked into that, but yeah. Okay. Squeeze file, okay. Okay, now. Okay. This you can do on most systems. Okay. Let's go for see what the Cebit demo does. Thankfully, what did I typo? .dem. Let's see if it runs this way or if I do a CPM on this one. Okay. Okay. Typical demo scene, eh? Cool spelling, this with D-I-Z. I think both would have a lot to say about this. Must say it's pretty impressive for an 8-bit system. But still, let's see if we can find something. If that was the 91 demo, let's go for the 94 demo. Let's see if they improved. 94. Okay, different group. Okay, simple but nice. Some basic color rotations, of course, at the bottom there, but yep. I was trying to think, but yeah, Hurricane, that's the one. And yes, it's hard pan left, right. If you look at the bars at the bottom, you can see which speaker which notes are coming out. Center one is both, and yeah. Okay. Oh, original, demo 1, demo 2, and all kinds of different groups. Let's see what this is. And after this one I will see if there's another game we can play. I have an idea, because I'm pretty sure it will be available for this one. Okay. Das lang erwartete dritte Digi-Demo. Danke für das Scrolling. Okay, but do we also get something more than this, or is this all? Reasonable scroll, but nothing else. Let's see if we can find a certain game. And people who have watched my show before, of my stream before, know what game I'm looking for when I go to the MA. Of course, it's available for the Amstrad. Let's see what they did with this one. Yeah, that's nice. We got a French hacker group again, I guess. Oh, I've played it on the Spectrum quite a lot. It's actually at the moment the high score challenge. Okay, same melody, but it sounds better here than on the Spectrum, of course, because this does have a sound chip. Okay. I know, Buck, not everyone likes the game. I happen to be a fan of it. Oops. Although I'm not the best at it, but I do like it. Let's see if they did it correctly. Yeah, they enabled enter for disabling the music. So this is a nearly straight port. They don't have the standard color clash, but they have a bit of a different color clash. When you the white goes through the red, it becomes green instead of white. Interesting. My timing was a bit off on the first attempt, but let's see how far we get. Should be able to jump from there, yep. Was a bit closer than I expected. As long as I pay attention, it's actually not that hard a game. It's more, you have to know the patterns. As with many games, of course. And the first few levels I actually do know the patterns. But Barbit, you said you had never tried Manic Miner at all? On no system whatsoever? How were you able to avoid this classic? Because I've actually found it on so many systems now. Yeah, there is an Amiga version, I seem to remember, but I also seem to remember that it's not exactly a very good version. Or was there only that really? I'm not sure 100% now. Not 100% sure now. I know at least one of them has an Amiga version. But at least nowadays you can play it on all the systems. You can play the original on the Spectrum. Some people don't like that music. I don't know why, but okay. Nah, it's not the best music ever, but I'm so used to it that it doesn't bother me. But as you can see, this is all about patterns. Yeah, well, Shadow to Beast, nice graphics, but not my kind of game. Interesting. It has the same difference as the BBC version has. You don't have to jump for that exit in the previous level. And the Spectrum, for instance, you do have to jump for that one. Yeah, this is a classic. It's not the... Ooh, duh. Hit space by accident. Try again, because I know I can get further than that. Yeah, it's fun looking back at these systems. Like, okay, this game I know, and there were a few others that I played before on other systems, but I tend to go for games I've never played before, because there's so much out there that I don't know. Because I do play some modern games these days, more than I used to, but there's still so much classic that I want to try. Okay, that's a good idea. Tabletop, okay. Hi, Odin. Happy New Year, Odin. At least I'm assuming you're going with the Western New Year, or do you do the Jewish one? Okay. Oh well, let's do it this way for a change. Normally don't do it this way around, but... Okay. That was stupid. And I got very lucky there, because that could have gone completely wrong. And we had our, well, our New Year an hour ago, and I guess it's now also New Year in the UK and Ireland and Portugal, of course, because those aren't the same time, even though not the same time zone, Portugal, but it's the same time as in the UK. Oh, and Odin, I have to share something with you in a bit. Because I know how much you enjoyed our spicy nuts. And I think you also know that we have something special for New Year's, huh? Okay, then I will have to show you in a bit. But that will be after the game. The others already saw it that were here earlier, just after midnight. Yeah. So how was your evening, Odin? Because I completely forgot to ask that. All relaxed after all the Twitch Sings final streams the past few days. Who were you listening to as to music? Yeah, I know. Ari is still planning to, because she says as long as it's available, I will play. Oh, Sifanilla. Okay, well, what was she also? I didn't know she was also doing stuff at the moment. I did watch Teeny earlier today. Ah, stupid. I accidentally hit the spacebar there. Okay, what's she working on? Fruity Loops. I don't know that one. Oh, come on. I'll go on a short break so I can show you what I mean when I say we have something special for New Year's too. Okay, and I'm back. Okay, let me see what did I miss. Darwin's on Windows. Loops. Okay, so she's playing with. Okay, interesting. I will have to check on what Steve is doing in that, because she is a pretty good musician. Yeah, okay, Barkbit. You know, of course, about and Odin. I don't think you were in earlier, Barkbit. At least Odin knows about our Kruidnoten for Sinterklaas, beginning of December. Literally translated spicy nuts. Well, for New Year's Eve and New Year's, we have something called oliebollen. Literally translated grease balls. And there's sugar on it, but that's this kind of thing. Yep. So that's a Dutch specialty for New Year's Eve, New Year's. It's basically, if you mean an English donut, yes. It's basically a round donut. Yeah, it's a bit like that, the English donut, not the American donut, which you spell with the way Odin spells there. But donut with O-U-G-H, as the English do it. Yeah, that's somewhat similar. The exact composition is a bit different, but it's similar, yeah. Hey, Wen, Happy New Year! You see what I'm eating? Yep, greasy balls. I know you are, man. That's why I showed it. Happy New Year. How was your evening, Wen? So glad you could still make it to my stream, Wen. So did you have a nice evening, man, or? I kind of guessed that. I'm not going to go on much longer. We'll try a maximum of 2 times more on this Manic Miner version. It's going well. It's going well. I started off with a bit of an issue. The OBS wouldn't recognize my microphone at first, but that was quickly solved, and after that it was all okay. But I'm playing your favorite game, when. But this is not on the Spectrum, as you can hear. This has a bit better music than that. This is also on the Amstrad CPC. Yeah, the music was rather left side. I noticed that too. Yeah. I guess what I'm guessing happens. I would have to check it out, but it might be that they have set a separation based on which channel is used in the chip. Might even be that the original system doesn't do that. I can actually quickly check that. No, doesn't have that set. Oh well. Okay, Wen, take your time. Yeah, it's so much easier now than Yeah. Today I had no non-working game. All my games that I tested work today. Yeah, especially on something like the MiSTer is so easy. Oh yeah. What was it? 225.1 by default, I think? Or was it 227.1? Not sure now. Certain numbers one just remembers for some reason, eh? I'm pretty sure default Sound Blaster was 227.1, but for some games we had to go to 5.1 because otherwise it wouldn't work decently. It was address of port, DMA, IRQ. Why on earth do I remember some stupid numbers like that? But then again, I still remember assembly opcodes from the Z80 by now. C9, return. The last time I had to do that by heart is about 36, 37 years ago, because after that I got an assembler. So I didn't have to remember them, but yeah. It's stupid what we all remember. And then important things we all forget. Now, when I started on my first programming stuff in assembly, I didn't have an assembler, so I had to do all the assembly by hand, translating it to the hex codes and or the decimal codes. That's also why, for instance, I still know C9 in hex is 201 in decimal. That's one of those numbers I don't have to think about for some reason. Yeah. It's just some weird things that we remember because, you know, we had to know it back in the day. Here we have to wait. Because the moment we grab that, U-chain comes down. It's kind of funny that alien here on the bottom right has no function whatsoever, really. Okay, let's see how precise the jump has to be in this one. Okay, reasonably precise. On the Spectrum, this actually has to be pixel perfect. Here you can go 1 pixel out, I see. Yeah, exactly, those kind of things. Years later, and somehow you remember them. Okay, let's see if I can play it the exact same way as I do on the Spectrum. Probably. That was a mistake. So we take a bit longer than planned, but that's okay. I will have to jump a few times, because otherwise I fall on top of the other kangaroo. Hey, that's irritating. My standard method doesn't work here, it seems. Then we have to do it this way and hope that this works. Nope. Oh, me? I have been affiliate from my 7th stream on. I had all the requirements before the 7th stream. That's an error in the level. But thank you. Yeah, I got my the average viewers I got after my 5th stream. And the followers I got after my 6th stream, because I was at 47 before my 6th stream, and afterwards I was at 50 something. So I and then the Monday after I had my 7th stream, and yeah, about 2 hours later I got the mail if I want to become affiliate. I had more. I got lucky because I got friends around various groups. That helps. But I had more problems filling out the forms for the affiliate than getting there for some reason. Actually, let's see if we can find another interesting game still. Oh yeah, you have to fill out some information for them. Then you they have to fill out 2 tax forms, because it's taxable income. Also online, and then you have to fill out information about where they can send money to, and then you need to find a big number for a bank. Didn't have to use it in ages. Yeah, we had a lot of fireworks here earlier, Wen. So much so that the guys could hear it over my microphone. Now I live next to where I live is a tunnel, a bicycle tunnel under the mall, and I'm pretty sure they were shooting them in there. So it was very loud. How was it your side, Wen? And welcome back, by the way. Yeah, I know, it's illegal, but somehow there was still a lot of it. Okay, no idea what this game is like, but we'll see. No, as of the end of last year, they put in law here that it's illegal to do fireworks unless in a official demonstration, official, what do you call it, show in the Netherlands. Yeah. But yeah, it was clear that a lot of people went to Germany and or Belgium to get them. No, it was already implemented before COVID, when the law was already implemented in, was it January or February last year? Yeah. Yeah, we used to have, everyone would be allowed to do fireworks over here, but okay, do I use my joystick? Yeah. No, they were also illegal as of this year, but they... It took a while to get the law officially through, but it was already basically already in place. Yeah, as I expected. Well, that's because the firework company still hoped that they would be allowed to. Welcome back, Buck. Oh, by the way, when Pix did another Trade Things stream today. Oops. Nah. Yeah, well, of course, since it all started for me with Trade Things because of Pix doing a duet with you and then raiding you, I made sure he did another duet with you today. And afterwards we raided, what's his name? Rafmac. And this time the stuff didn't crash afterwards. Joystick, clavier or music. Let's do joystick and I don't have to search for the keys at least. What's this? Hmm. Ah, okay. Hmm. One of these, and I already made a mistake, so I will have to restart. Well, that's no longer possible. Is it no longer possible? Maybe. No, no longer possible. And what's the key for restart? Would be nice if I knew the keys, guys. There's bound to be a restart key, yeah? Nah. Oh well. I thought it was a completely different game with the name Zaxon, but there's no end key on this one, but let's see what we have in here. I never saw this on the Amstrad. I think it is game, but I wonder how well they made the Amstrad version compared to the Spectrum and of course the original. Okay. The original on the C64. It sounds like they stopped with the fireworks here. Yippee. Yeah, but those floppies had 180k per side available. And yes, you had to turn them over if you wanted to go to the other side. Ah, this is just a Spectrum conversion. Yeah. Same colors even as on the Spectrum version. Oops. Try one more time, but I probably won't even get through the first level at all. Not if I don't avoid that bullet. Ah, missed one. Ah, stupid roll. And wrong. Nope, can only shoot to the left and the right. Now believe me, I would shoot up if I could. Okay, Wen, thanks for coming by. Have a good night, and and wish your boyfriend Happy New Year too. And we'll probably chat to you tomorrow, I'm guessing. Oh, yeah. No comment, Odin. Nice. Well, yeah, now I just have to find how to control it. Not joystick. What are the keys? Okay, ZX. And it will probably be KM. Okay, we have to try that again. ZX. L for filling. KM, yeah, I was right. Oh, come on. I thought I was right, but I'm wrong. What was it then? K, okay. P for tab, okay. Wrong. Okay, this is more playable than the Coco version that was high score challenge a few weeks ago. That's okay, thankfully. Wrong. Yeah, it's a similar idea. Most new games aren't that new, really. The basic idea is usually was already there. But had you never seen this one, Odin? And it didn't work. Game over. Yeah, Tapper, Root Beer Tapper. It's an arcade classic. Commander Keen, I remember Commander Keen. I can actually play that on here too. Well, not on this system, but on the MiSTer. Thanks, Barkbit. Have a good night. And hope to see you soon. It was nice to see you again. And I'll probably see you tomorrow night, I guess. Because it's Amigos tomorrow, I think. Eh? I think I said about 25 minutes ago that there was one more game, huh? Oh well. Hi Amanda, yes, I'm still streaming. Not much longer though, but that's what I said about half an hour ago too. Hi Brock, Happy New Year! Oh boy, what did you do, Amanda? Oh boy. One commander that could go wrong. No idea what this game is, so okay, P is pause. Am I playing with joystick or something? Okay. And what's the plan? Do I catch stuff? No, I have to avoid. Okay. I see. Oh, that's the rocket. Yeah. Yeah, I know what time it is there. Okay. Looks like I'm getting past the first section. Okay, what's the plan here? Suddenly becomes a platform gamer. Yeah. Oh, I see what I need to do. Okay. I have to stop all the fires. There's bound to be some fire somewhere. Oh, on the left there. No. Oh, okay, that's just an indicator that there is still some fire, I guess. And there's my opponent, okay. What an asshole, he keeps shooting at me. How dare he? Ah, but I can also use my fire extinguisher on him. Ah, but I'm not allowed to walk into him. Nah. Nice, but no, eh? Let's see if we can find one nice game to finish with. Yeah, we got that, Emander. We already realized that. Okay, let's try this as final game. Novice, and I probably sink at that level too. Yeah, same as in every version, you have to push a direction, otherwise it won't fire. Ah, I went too far. Yeah, I know which one you mean, but I can't think of it either. And you can't steer unless you go fast enough, yeah. That's the one, yeah, Peter Gunn, you're right. Okay, so I have to, oh, I'm allowed to drive through there, okay. No, see, I'm not. One error in the game, you can... This is buggy, no, I'm not ending on a buggy game like this. I wonder if this is what I think it is. If so, it's... if it is what I think it is, it's a simple game, but hard to play. Okay, now I had some problem reading that. Yeah, autocorrect had a problem. Thanks for coming by, Amanda. Try to enjoy the rest of your evening or fall asleep, and I'm sure we'll chat tomorrow. Bye bye. Cursor keys and space for or joystick. Oh, actually, I can do a D to change my keys. Up, down, left, right. H for pause. Bit of a different background color, please. This works better, I think. Space to start. Yes, it's what I think it is. Now this is a very basic game. You just have to make sure you are not forced into a wall, into the side. But the whole scene moves in random directions. And you have to collect as many as possible of those green sections of grass. Try to not get locked in, like here for instance. So you try to stay away a bit from the edges, where possible. There's another one that's originally from the Spectrum. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to touch it. The answer is no. Yeah, that's how kids learn too, don't touch things, huh? Of course, some people, even when they're adults, still haven't learned, but... Yeah, but that can take a few million years along. Oops, mistake. Do I still have a life? No. I'll try one more time. Ah, couldn't avoid it. Was taking too many risks. Yeah, the question is how many risks do you want to take, eh? But the title is pretty clear, Splat, and that's what happens. Oops. And yes, I know this is a very simple game, but somehow it's addictive. At least to me it is. Yeah. But that was the end of the game, and with that we will end the stream. I'm gonna look if there's anywhere where we can rate. Yes, we can. Mr. Cola is still active. Hey Teal, sorry, I was just ending because it's what is it? Oh, actually I can watch there. Almost 2 o'clock here. But we're going to rate Mr. Cola because he was gonna rate me if he ended earlier. So I guess it's only fair that I rate him instead. It helps if I do that at the right keyboard. Thanks guys for coming by. I hope you enjoyed it. I sure did, and it was a nice way to get into the new year. But yeah, sometimes I can surprise you, Till. When actually was in a few minutes ago, actually. Just to say good night. Good night, all, and see you soon.